Hi folks, so this is a site of an old greenhouse that we have, and we are going to convert it into a small passive hydroponic garden. And it looks like that we are going to need a whole bunch of more chad rock to get the site ready. So it has taken about 3 loads of chad rock to basically get this covered up so we can level it next. So we're thinking after 3 load of chad rock, this space is ready for receiving the hydroponic frame, which we're going to be working on next. The chad rock still a little bit loose. We probably will water it down and pack it down maybe, and then get it ready for the frame. What I've done is measure 6 inches from each side and marked both of them, and what I end up with here is 7 feet. So then what I'm gonna do next is to measure 12 inches and then mark them, and those would be where we're gonna use this to drill our holes for the baskets. So as you can see, I have divided these into 12 inches this way and 12 inches that way, which will give me 4 on this side and 7 on that side. So we'll end up with 28 planting circles here. So I'm gonna put this on reverse initially and then flip it. That way it won't jump off. All right. We'll come back after I do all these holes, and then we start on building the frame. That's my hair. Okay, so I ended up this way going 12-inch center, and then this way going 10-inch center, because I think there's plenty of space for things to grow. So it's gonna give me 8 of these, 8 and 5, 40 of them. 40 plants is plenty to have a good garden going. So then the next thing is to make sure that you measure these styrofoams, even though this is, by the way, 2 inches thick, even though they say they're 4 by 8, when I measure that, I see that is 4 foot and quarter inch. So the main idea in making these passive hydroponics is to not allow any sunlight to go through, so you want your frame to be really snug. So I will have to cut these at 48 and a quarter in order for this to fit in. Otherwise I would end up having to cut this or waste some material. And I think this way, same thing, is 96 and a 3/16. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do is cut these 2x6s and put two of them together and then brace them with a 2x4 poles, so it can so we can put a fence around it if we need to, and also comes fall maybe we can put a plastic over it and have a second harvest from it. So two of these boards put together ends up being 11 inches, and I'm going to cut 8 of these at 11 inches to serve as a support. So okay, so I got these braces all screwed in on all 4 sides, and then all we have to do is to basically assemble the frame. And I'm going to put 4 3-inch screws on each side, and I'm thinking this is probably going to be maybe 200-300 gallons of water, and at about 8 pounds a gallon, the 3,000 pounds of pressure, that should cover it. I'm also contemplating on maybe putting a piece here on top, which is not really going to do anything because all the pressure is going to be in the bottom. So as long as these screws hold up pretty good, I think it should work out. So let's assemble it and see if the styrofoam will fit. Alright, so we're gonna try to dry fit this to make sure it's gonna fit before assembling everything. Look at that. Very nice and tight. And that's exactly what we want, so light does not get in there. All right. All right. So everything is put together. Then I've got some carpet that I'm going to put under there, just to provide some protection for the plastic. Even though it's a 5 mil, I'd rather play it safe than sorry. So next we'll put the carpet in there and go from there. So I got the carpet in there. I went to the nearby town carpet installer and carpet salespeople, and this is what I ended up with, free. And so, you know, they'd be glad to get rid of it because otherwise they have to pay to have it hauled off and recycled or trashed. All right, next we'll put the plastic in there and go from there. So here I got the plastic put over there, and as you can see, I have plenty of overlap. So, you know, that way you can kind of adjust the bottom once you get about maybe 1 or 2 inches of water in there, and get everything all situated the way you want to, and then go ahead and do the trimming and cutting and securing it. Nice thing is that we have about 3,000 gallons of rainwater that we collect, and since this box is elevated, we can drain it right back into the tank and go from there. I just wanted to make sure that the box will hold up and everything will work okay and everything is blendable before basically putting the nutrients in there and getting it all done. All right, so I have maybe about 1.5 inches of water in there, and what I want to do is to get rid of all these creases from underneath. And the nice thing is that the sun is hot enough that it will help me get this plastic straightened out. You can't get rid of all of it, but as long as you do most of it, then those creases can create a leak. Okay, so I have this filled out pretty good, more than less than 2 inches over here. And this is what the problem is if you have this stuff too short. The wind can make it go in there, and then the water ends up going all over the place. So you definitely want to make sure that you secure your plastic, especially before you put the styrofoam in there. So let's put the styrofoam in there, see if it'll work. Don't do this on a windy day because this styrofoam can carry you out. Okay, look in there. You can see the water right to the lip of the styrofoam. So, you know, you can just kind of push it into where you want it to. And then basically all you have to do is remove one of these cups to see where the water level is and whether you need to add more nutrients and water in there. Okay, so then the next thing is to insert the baskets in there, and then we'll get our plants and put them in the baskets and see how they do. I noticed that the board didn't bow on either side or at the bottom. Here I have the plastic extended down because the black plastic will help the water gets warm as the summer sun goes around us. Aside from that, basically what I need to do is to empty this water back into my tank and then refill it with the water that is mixed with nutrients. I have some chicken manure that I got from our chickens, and it's been sitting in water for 2 or 3 days. I'm gonna make some tea out of it. And then we also save our eggshells and we put it in a blender and powder it, and that provides plenty of calcium and all other, there he goes, all the nutrients that we need to add to these plants so they grow healthy.